Okay, now we want to find a line perpendicular to the line y equals negative 2x plus 6. A line perpendicular to this line which passes through the x-intercept of this line. How do we go about doing that? Well, to get the equation of a line, you need slope and intercept, a slope and a point on the line. Well, the point on the line will be the x-intercept of this line. We'll calculate that after we calculate the slope of the line that's perpendicular. Okay, well, the slope of this line is negative 2. The line perpendicular is going to have what slope? Negative reciprocal of 2. The reciprocal of negative reciprocal of negative 2. The reciprocal of negative 2 is negative 1/2, and the negative of that is plus 1/2. So we see that the slope of the line being negative 2, the slope of the perpendicular line has to be the negative reciprocal of negative 2, which is 1/2. Okay, then we have to find the x-intercept. And of course, to find the x-intercept, we have to know what we learned in our preceding class, which is that the x-intercept occurs when y equals 0. So we take this equation and substitute 0 for y, we get this equation. Instead of y equals negative 2x plus 6, if y is 0, we get 0 equals negative 2x plus 6. Okay, then we solve that to get our value of x. And it's very easy to solve. I didn't go through the details of solving it. We simply have to assume that everybody has reviewed the details of solving linear equations. And if you haven't, make sure you have. You do. Okay, anyhow, we solve this equation very easily. We get x equals 3. I mean, I'll tell you, we add 6 to both sides, negative 6 to both sides, then divide by negative 2, and we get x equals 3. So the x-intercept is the point 3, 0. So now we know our line has slope 1/2 and passes through the point 3, 0. At this point, I stopped because I presume that you've mastered the previous skill, which is to find a line with given slope through a point. And also, if necessary, find the equation of a line through 2 given points. Now, I relented just a little bit here because I wanted to, since we were on the topic, I gave a short review. And I talked a little bit about what I would expect you to be able to do, a good strategy to use on a test. Okay, on a test, I would recommend that you be able to draw this picture, which is a point x1, y1, point here, a line with a slope of m, and a point xy with variable coefficients xy on the line. Well, you do the fundamental triangle, and you see that the slope of the fundamental triangle for these 2 points, and that's something I'm not going to talk about, that's something that should be automatic. The slope of that fundamental triangle is y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Draw the triangle, think about why it is. And if the slope is m, then y minus y1 over x minus x1 is one expression for the slope between these points, and the other is just m, so this has to equal this. And we can multiply both sides by x minus x1 and get y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which is a very convenient formula for finding the equation of a line through 2 points. So if we're given 2 points, so we could then, we have enough information to substitute here. Our point is 3, 0, so x1 is 3, y1 is 0. So put 3 in here, 0 in here. Our slope is 1/2, we put 1/2 in here, and then we solve for y in terms of x, and we get the equation of our line. Now, if we happen to be given 2 points, well, first, let's use the fundamental triangle to find the slope between those 2 points. Okay? Then, we just do what we did here, using one of the points, and our slope. Our slope being the slope we found from the fundamental triangle for the 2 given points. So we use the fundamental triangle, we find the slope, that'll be m. And if we're given 2 points, it doesn't matter which one we pick. We pick one of the points, we can call it x1, y1, and we put the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate in here. And once more, we have an equation. We solve it for y, we have it in slope-intercept form. So let's just, okay, so to get a line perpendicular to this line through the x-intercept, we see what the slope has to be, negative reciprocal of the slope of this line. We let y equals 0 to find the x-intercept, and now we've got a point and a slope that we could plug into this formula, if we remember the formula, if we can rederive it. And the picture works better for most people than the formula. People are not generally very good at memorizing formulas because our schools never ask people to memorize things. I actually like the picture better than memorization anyway. So if you draw the picture, you can get this. Okay, well, anyhow, that's what we do. Okay, and we get our equation.